Hi. I've been thinking about doing videos for a while now for several different reasons, and some of them are that I wanted to talk about Friedrich's ataxia, or I want to speak about different, making things with essential oils or living with Friedrich's or things like that. One of the things that stopped me, though, is being a perfectionist. And I've always thought, well, I don't have the camera set up the way that I want it set up. And I don't have the lighting the way that I want the lighting. And I don't have the background perfect the way that I want it to be. And I realized finally that, if you wait forever for things to be perfect, you're not going to accomplish anything. So you start with it not being perfect. You start at the beginning, at the basics. And one of the things I did is I was looking on my devotionals for the day, and I'm going to share a little bit of the Bible with you. And if that offends you, I'm sorry. But, give it a try. Give me a try. Let's see. I want to read about Abraham's 3 visitors, because that is what I opened my devotional to. And it spoke to me quite a bit today. It says then, Genesis chapter 18, beginning verse 1. Then the Lord appeared to Abraham at the oaks of Mamre while he was sitting in the entrance of his tent during the heat of the day. Well, that alone kind of gets me because, okay, we're in Spokane right now. It is not hot. There is snow on the ground. It is quite cold. So I can't identify with the heat, but I can identify with sitting down finally and wanting to relax, and it's your nap time, and then suddenly you can't nap. There's stuff you gotta do. So I got up, I did lidocaine shots all up and down my back and in my thighs and neck today. So I totally understand wanting to sit in my chair and relax for a while. But, I think God had different plans for me today. So on to verse 2. Abraham sitting in front of his tent. Verse 2. He looked up, and he saw 3 men standing near him. When he saw them, he ran from the entrance of his tent to meet them and bowed to the ground. So that speaks to me because he ran. He didn't walk. He didn't say, hey, dude, come on over. Check me out. Let's talk. Let's visit. No, he ran to them. And let's see. Verse 3. Then he said, my Lord, if I have found favor in your sight, please do not go on past your servant. Well, gosh, there are times that I have looked around at things I want to do, and I've thought about, there's other people that are already doing them, and that if I had started to do it when I first had the idea, how would things be different? How would things have changed? And it's never been one of those envious things where I wish I was there instead of them. It was that it's more of a regret. I had an idea 20 years ago to put up a fence with pallets. And my husband was like, are you insane? Because he didn't know that I was thinking take apart the pallets and stick them in the ground. Because heck, they're about 3 feet tall. That works. We'll do a fence. He thought I would just take a pallet, stick it on its side, and let that be the fence. And he was like, that won't look good. What are you talking about? So he couldn't see it and I couldn't explain it. And so it was an idea that just never went anywhere. And then the next thing you know, there's like a million posts on Pinterest. And then there's all these really gorgeous looking fences. I wouldn't want to take that idea or that creativity from anyone else. But, I could have done something like that if I had tried. And so it, really speaks to different regrets. When God has put a service or a thought on your heart, you want to actually do it because you don't want Him to go past you and give that idea to somebody else. And He will find somebody who is going to do whatever it is that you've passed up. He's given me a great idea for a video game, and I've been thinking, God, I know nothing about coding video games. I have been learning how to write romance novels. Why are you giving me ideas for video games? But, sometimes you really gotta see what you can do with something and not just shake it off and put it down and leave the idea, because that might end up becoming one of your regrets. So let's see, verse 4. Let a little water be brought, that you may wash your feet and rest yourselves under the tree. Verse 5. I will bring a bit of bread, so that you may strengthen yourselves. This is why you have passed your servant's way. Later you can continue on. So Abraham is having them sit down and take a little bit with him, talk a little bit, and rest and take a nap. And he is going to go and get all their food and everything for them while they are resting and spending some time. So he's rushing, he's running, he's hurrying, but he's letting them rest. And let's see, yes, they replied, do as you have said. So, verse 6, so Abraham hurried into the tent and said to Sarah, quick, knead 3 measures of fine flour and make bread. Meanwhile, Abraham ran to the herd and got a tender, choice calf. He gave it to a young man who hurried to prepare it. Then Abraham took curds and milk, and the calf that he had prepared, and set them before the men. He served them as they ate under the tree. Okay, so I went ahead and finished. That was verses 1 through verse 8 of Genesis chapter 18. And so you see Abraham running, and you see everybody hurrying, but at the same time, while these people are resting, Abraham is not saying, prepare the bread that you made this morning, or prepare some of last night's bread. He's saying, start from scratch right now, go pour out the flour and knead some bread and make the best bread right now, fresh bread for these people, for the Lord. And he went and got a calf out of the herd. He didn't go to the store and pick up a package. He went to the herd, got a calf, skinned the calf, cleaned the calf, drained the blood, because, they really did not believe in drinking blood and all that. So, he did all this to make this food from scratch. He put effort. He didn't just pull out leftovers and throw them in the microwave. I kind of find that fascinating. So, I kind of feel like God wants me to make some videos I'm not sure exactly why or what I'm going to do with all of them or what effect they're going to have. But I really don't want him to pass me up. So, I'll start from scratch. No perfectionism, no perfect lighting, no perfect background, no perfect hair, because I got snowed on when I went to the doctor. And we'll see how it goes. And let's see, gosh, I'm seeing all these wonderful friends of mine that are watching, and thank you guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your support and the time that you are taking to watch this video. I hope you have a really good day, and I hope you accomplish everything that you want to accomplish. Bye.